Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Cops rule out foul play after accused gunman found dead in jail cell. The Hanover police have so far ruled out foul play in the sudden death of the parish's most wanted gunman, who reportedly died in his jail cell Saturday night. Brian Jackson, otherwise called Not Nice, of a Green Island address, was in police custody for multiple murder charges. He was captured during a mission-driven operation in Red Hills, St. Andrew by the Jamaica Constabulary Force Specialized Operations Team and members of the Jamaica Defense Force 2 months ago. Reporters were unable to obtain the age and time of death of the man who had reportedly committed multiple gun-related crimes, including a triple murder last year, as well as shootings and robbery in the parish. Head of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, said Jackson's passing is currently being treated as a case of sudden death. He reportedly collapsed in his cell. He was in custody with other prisoners when they said he collapsed. It was brought to the attention of the police and they rushed him to hospital. When he got there, he was pronounced dead, Lindsay stated. She said a postmortem is currently being awaited to determine the cause of death. The senior officer was unable to confirm claims made by civilians that the man was killed by the police in the cell. However, head of the Hanover Police Division, Superintendent Sharon Bayport, said no foul play is suspected in the incident, which is currently being investigated by the Independent Commission of Investigations. In June, the police had stated that Jackson was known to be a major player in the Hanover-based Ants Nest gang. The police said the gang is an affiliate of the One Link gang, which is currently flowing with the One Voice gang in the parish. In June, Jackson was charged in relation to the April 20 triple murder of Jovane Indian Anderson, Trescott Chris Douglas, and Sean Russell in Green Island. He was also charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, robbery with aggravation, and wounding. IGL says it's in better position to meet oxygen demand as hospitals burst capacity. With the island now in the third wave of the novel coronavirus infection, the Health and Wellness Ministry yesterday revealed that all major public hospitals are over capacity with COVID-19 patients. At the same time, local oxygen supplier IGL has indicated that it is able to provide enough of the life-saving product if demand rises to the level seen earlier this year when hospitalization increased during the second wave of the virus. Noting that he had not yet received a full estimate of demand for oxygen from the Health Ministry, IGL Managing Director Peter Graham said, with the information he has from hospitals, he can say that based on the peak hospitalization level in March, which was 477 persons, we are better prepared if we get to those levels again. Graham explained that IGL had in 2018 started laying the foundation to put itself in a much better position to meet demand by making significant investments in its production capacity. That started with a medical oxygen producing plant at the company's headquarters at Ferry St. Catherine. The plant, he explained, produces about 13 tons of oxygen daily. At that time, it was to eliminate or reduce significant imports, he said. Since the last week in March this year, we did a number of things to better prepare for a potential third wave, he added. The company has also upgraded the medical oxygen system at Falmouth Hospital with the installation of a bulk liquid oxygen tank providing up to 6 weeks' supply. Increased the utilization of bulk oxygen storage at Onoto Bay, Port Antonio, and St. Anne's Bay hospitals. Installed a bulk gaseous medical oxygen storage system at Onoto Bay Hospital that increases on-site storage to 3 to 4 weeks of demand. Increased bulk gaseous medical oxygen storage system at Percy Junior Hospital, providing 2 times the previous capacity of 2 weeks demand. Increased bulk gaseous medical oxygen storage system at the National Chest Hospital by 70%. Upgraded the liquid oxygen tank storage system at Savannah Lamar Hospital to accommodate high-flow oxygen equipment, and at this point in time, we are running close to US $400,000 on additional investment during this period, Graham reported. His assurance came days before the Health Ministry yesterday reported that Jamaica recorded 379 new cases of COVID-19 on Saturday and 3 virus-related deaths. This pushed the total number of confirmed cases on the island since the outbreak last year March to 54,859 and the confirmed deaths to 1,222. Yesterday as well, the ministry said that island-wide vaccinations will resume today, while leave entitlements for at least some health workers may be deferred. Hospitals across the island are seeing an increase in COVID-19 cases. In anticipation of further increases in bed occupancy, the regional health authorities have been advised to review and revise leave rosters to ensure that there is adequate staff coverage, the ministry quoted Ministry of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton in a news release. This measure, together with the resumption of vaccinations, is being implemented as the ministry activates its surge plan to cope with the third wave of COVID-19 now impacting the island, he added. Our hospitals are under severe constraints. This is likely to have implications for elective or non-emergency procedures. The public will be updated in the days to come, Tufton stated. St. James man charged in killing a 4-year-old and woman. A St. James man has been arrested and charged with the shooting deaths of 4-year-old Jamar Powell and 42-year-old Shellyan Shaw and the injuring of another person in Top Hill Retirement in the parish on Monday, July 19. He has been identified as 28-year-old Dwayne Maxwell of Phase 1 Retirement, Granville. Reports are that about 3:50 a.m., all three persons were home in their two-bedroom dwelling when Maxwell and three other men, all armed with firearms, entered the yard and opened gunfire at the house, killing Jamar and Shaw. Maxwell, along with the men, made their escape on foot in the area. The police reported that Maxwell was charged with 2 counts of murder, shooting with intent, and illegal possession of firearm. He was taken into custody on Thursday, August 5th, and officially charged on Saturday, August 7th, after a question and answer session in the presence of his lawyer. Maxwell's court date has not yet been finalized. Stakeholders fear the worst for indiscipline at 5-day Dream Weekend. Despite a vigilant effort by the organizers to create a safe space for the staging of the much-watched Dream Weekend Party series currently underway in Negril, Westmoreland, there are serious concerns among stakeholders that indisciplined patrons and vendors could render the parish in the new epicenter with the country in its third wave of the coronavirus disease. They fear this could be a COVID-19 super spreader with dire consequences. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management (ODPEM) gave the green light to Dream Entertainment to stage its 5-day event from Thursday to Monday after the organizers were forced to cancel the 2020 staging due to the coronavirus outbreak that has so far claimed the lives of 1,219 Jamaicans. As at Friday, there were 54,480 COVID-19 cases locally, with 5,702 active. The parish of Westmoreland has registered 2,713 cases in total, and Richard Wallace, president of the Negril Chamber of Commerce, believes the influx of vendors from other parishes and unruly dreamers could add more problem for the government when it is all over. Half of the people in Negril during Dream Weekend are patrons for the event, and other half are people coming to hustle. And that is where we are concerned that the virus will get out of hand, Wallace stated. We are concerned that it will create a spike, and that is why we are advocating for the government agency to do everything to ensure that protocols are followed during the event. There are also a number of illegal bike taxis from nearby Hanover and Westmoreland communities offering their services to patrons, and Wallace is urging vigilance from the relevant state agencies in monitoring movement in this space, even as the activities are set to wrap up. That's what we are worried about. It is the weakest link. Therefore, we are calling on the Health Department, the Parish Council, and other relevant state agencies to be very vigilant, Wallace stressed. This follows a call by Dr. Andrew Manning, President of the Medical Association of Jamaica, for a rethinking of giving the allowances and for the reintroduction of restrictions on gathering for worship and entertainment. Steve Morris, Parish Manager for the Westmoreland Health Service, admits that there were some concerns on day one of the event on Thursday, but noted that the organizers acted promptly to deal with it. We have been monitoring the activities of the event and are satisfied, albeit a few small concerns from the first day's event, which we pointed out to the organizers to correct. But if they are able to implement their COVID-19 plan that they submitted along with the established protocols of the Disaster Risk Management Act, it will be a great event, Morris said. We have no reason to be overly concerned that the parish will become the epicenter of the COVID-19 virus. According to Kamal Banke, chairman of Dream Entertainment, his team has done more than what is required under the DRMA and akin to the standard set for visitors vacating in Jamaica. Reporters were told that several COVID-19 protocols implemented at each of the venues hosted the event along the 7-mile beach strip on Norman Manley Boulevard in the resort town of Negril. Sanitization stations are strategically placed at each location with several COVID-19 marshals assigned to ensure that protocols are observed, kept busy by the string breakers, determined to make the most of every dollar spent. 2 medical stations are at each venue with an ambulance and medical team on call. Occasionally, the DJ would remind patrons of the importance of observing the protocols. Other measures implemented were hosting each event at a 30% reduction in capacity at the venues, while patrons have to prove that they were fully vaccinated or produce a negative COVID-19 test to enter an event. Banke explained that persons who travel as a group always want to do everything together, so using the same venue at reduced capacity guarantees enough space for groups to be at a distance from each other in keeping with physical distancing rule. We realize that nothing is foolproof, nothing in the medical profession or COVID testing or vaccination is 100%, said the promoter. We believe that this is the safest way for persons to gather in order to have some form of entertainment, and anything else will be riskier, and we are about mitigating the risk. Banke admits that staging a revised version of the event could come at a high financial risk, but also points out the importance of instituting COVID-19 protocols that could become a standard for the entertainment sector. As a matter of fact, some of the protocols that we are instituting were not even laid out in the approval, but our social responsibility is to say we want a bubble event where people eat and drink knowing that the people sitting or standing beside them is either vaccinated or has presented a negative test result, he said. But as the curtains come down on the 2021 staging, Richard Wallace is hoping that Banke and his team will ensure that the Dream brand continues to be relevant. Dream Weekend has been happening in Negril for over 10 years and has seen a boost in our economy. And we know that the promoters are very responsible and will do everything that they can to protect their brand and image, and all stakeholders will benefit if the right decisions are taken, said Wallace. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.